We have not done enough. We will never do it. This one chord progression, I've been doing this one for a while. Okay, so I was talking about something serious before. Let's get back to that. So I understand not being comfortable in your own skin. And I understand listening to people that don't have your best interest. And I understand not feeling like you're part of anything around you and creating an alternate universe to run straight into, so you don't have to do what they do and you're fine with not fitting in. I get it. I smoked a lot of pot, and that really helped me at the time because it allowed me to really understand what's in my mind, and you don't have to agree with that decision, but I really don't care because it's my life and it's my brain, and my brain is pretty screwy. It's already got enough THC naturally. Extra endocannabinoids for me. That's one of the perks of having schizophrenia. That's the sound of it. It's funny. You can make noises, you can make noises, you can make noises, you can make noises, you can be silly, you can be silly. I feel like I'm 8 years old and I love it. That's why I'm good with kids, but that don't mean that I should have kids, you know. Let me tell you, if a social worker ever came into my house, I would kill her, you know. No, you don't know, because you don't know how bad it really is out there. If you think that they'll stop at taking away your guns, just imagine losing your children. And that's the thing. They do it all the time, yeah, they do it all the time, yeah, they do it all the time. They've been doing it for a long time, but people don't notice if it don't happen to them. Nobody notices anything if it don't happen to them. And because of technology that you see everywhere in society, it's everywhere, 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 it's everywhere. Nobody even notices what happens to them. Nobody even notices what happens to them. And if they dare to notice, they can't stop talking about it all over the internet. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that. I like it. Sorry. My man in my head, he's always commenting. I don't need YouTube comments, but I'll still respond to them if they're any good. But, you know, if you're being disrespectful, I'll probably just heart your comment and like it. I won't say nothing because I don't need that disrespect, and I'm not gonna encourage it, and I'm not gonna troll you, even though I could very well troll you. It's stupid. Internet trolls burn in hell, burn in hell, burn in hell, burn in hell, burn in hell. It's just so weird when I hear people say trolling. And it's like, I just literally see a bridge troll like in my head every time. And I'm like, dude, no, that's like a lot of people on the internet, dude. And it's funny that everybody is so boring and dramatic. Anything that they notice, they have to focus. But they're giving the world a magnifying glass and a pair of binoculars into their brain, but they don't see their brain, they don't see themselves reacting, even though there's all these reaction videos. It's very strange. Like I've said, this culture It just makes me totally grossed out. But it's like, you have to be mentally ill to see the mental illness that surrounds you. Because the ones that supposedly are normal, they know not what they do. They're not aware of their own toxicity. You can always blame it on somebody. It's called protection. It's a pretty old ass trick. And when everybody's doing it, doesn't really matter, does it? Doesn't really matter, does it? You hear that? Yeah, you just gotta play. Like, whenever the battery starts going out, like, you just gotta play staccato. You know? That's it. That's it! Okay. We've covered a lot of topics, have we not? We were talking about relationships. We were, like, talking about, like, oh yeah, the timeline. We gotta talk about the timeline. Okay. I promise, this will be quick. I want to make it quick. The first dude, I told you all about the first dude, like, who was my first boyfriend. We were, like, just, like, frickin' frack, always together, and it was horrible because I mean, I was in love with him, that's why I wanted to be with him, and then I started doing that head thing, and it was like, woo, 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 like, in my head all the time, and so I was just, like, going somewhere else, and, like, you know, mentally, emotionally, I was still attached to him, though. I still loved him very much, still care for him. To this day, I still care for him, but it's like, you know, you can't, like, stop yourself from doing that. You know, it's crazy, and I know that, like, the people, anybody that has PTSD understands. Okay, so I think it's like kind of a facet of PTSD, but it's more like, you know, maybe borderline personality, schizophrenia, like all of that stuff combined. And it's just like, it just takes you off in another place. And it's like, why do you want to be with anybody? It's just like, why be a burden on society? You know, I feel like being with anybody is such a burden on them. It's a burden on me. It's a burden on society if we had kids, because it would just be like, you know, not a good thing, you know, like so many people. Like, you know, you can tell they have kids at the wrong time, or like they're with the wrong person, and then it's just horrible for the kids, and then like they're just stuck, like everybody's just stuck, and it's like, yeah, people just aren't conscious of their decisions. And I've always been conscious of sexual intercourse, and I guess that's why it always bothered me being in a relationship, because I was always freaking out thinking that I was going to get pregnant, and it would really freak me out if the dude that I was with like wanted to have kids with me. I'm like, oh no, I can't do that, 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 I can't. Like, I was so hell-bent against the idea. And it's like, dude, why am I so against this? But then I read the prophet Jeremiah, and it made perfect sense to me. Because the Lord advised Jeremiah not to take a wife and bear children, because the country was fixing to fall apart. God was mad at Israel because Israel wasn't what it said it was. Sound familiar? Yeah, so maybe Netanyahu really is doing the prophecy right. Maybe, man, maybe. Fucking A. Oh! What was I talking about? The timeline. Damn it! Okay. So my first boyfriend, like, from when I was in high school, and then, like, up until college, when I left college, it was like, we broke up, like, when I was 20, so I guess when I was 17 to 20, so 3 years, and then, I met this guy at a meeting, like, a couple years later. So I was out of a relationship. I was alone for, like, maybe, like, a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. And then I ended up, like, meeting at 20... No. You met Joel when you were, like, 21, dude. Really? Yes! He has better memory than me. Isn't that weird that the man in my head has better memory? It's always the woman. You see, everything's fucked up. Okay, but Joel... like, that was the guy that I met in a meeting who was like 41 and I was 21. So that's quite an age difference, isn't it? But it was weird. It was like this weird, like, just a weird, like, dynamic. But like I said, I'm always the man in the relationship, so it doesn't matter. I can pretend to be the woman, but only for a short time, motherfucker. Anyway, I broke up with him too. Like, he tried to break up with me and then I broke up with him. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Yeah, we're fine. We're like, I can, like, go through these things. Does anybody do that where, like, they just think about past relationships, past friendships, past, like, work relationships, and then you're just, like, PTSD-ing? That's what I call it when it's, like, fun PTSD, where you're just, like, going back in time and you're just, like, telling people off, but it's, like, it's fun. It's fun. Why is that bad? This is how it should have happened, you know? It's okay. It's okay I'm this way. I accept it. And I can make jokes about it that other people understand if they're crazy, apparently. But, yeah, he was, like, really controlling. And, like, he just, I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't fucking have it because I want to smoke cigarettes. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. I'm smoking cigarettes. Don't you tell me what to do. I'm going to dedicate this next pack to you. I smoked menthols for 10 years. It's the best time of my life. Anyway, 20s. That's how I got through it. I would highly suggest it, even though I probably shouldn't recommend it. But it's my suggestion because, you know, it was fun. I love smoking. Smoking's great. Especially if you're an artist, you know? If you're an artist, like, yeah, you should smoke at least a pack a day. I romanticize that. I'm not gonna go back to that, but I can still think about it vicariously, experience it through my memory. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So there's a flip side to everything that seems like a downside. I promise it'll get better if you just have faith. Trust the process. 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 That's one of the things I heard in AA meetings. You know, I'll try to give AA a little bit more credit because, you know, I mean, I met this guy there. I met this really controlling motherfucker. He was a professor at Vanderbilt University. Yeah. I met him at this AA meeting. He told me that he was 33, but he was actually 41. But he admitted that he lied to me, so I forgave him instantly. Because if you can admit you're wrong, even if you lied, if you can admit that you did something fucked up, then I'll take that into account. But I probably should have seen that as a major red flag. But I'm a very forgiving woman. I guess it just depends on the time. Because, you know, sometimes I need time. Everybody needs time. Everybody needs time to process things. And, you know, sometimes, like, yep, that was the end of that conversation. That sometimes when you're mad, you just gotta stay away for a while, and then come back when you're ready. I understand that. I highly encourage that if that's what you need. But sometimes people just don't want to deal with other people, you know? And they just cut them off. It's just weird for a time. Like this guy that I'm speaking with right now, that we used to be best friends. He was like a brother to me. But I guess he got drunk, he kind of wanted to fuck, and that's kind of weird. That's the thing. I look at guys like they're my brothers, but they don't look at me that way, and it's so annoying. But what can I say? I still have a JJ. He still has a pee-wee, pee-wee. And eventually, that's gonna present a problem. And even though I wish that it wasn't so, it's not gonna go anywhere. That's the problem. Men and women can't be friends unless it's well established by both parties that they're both too mentally ill to do that drill. That sexual drill that possibly could be romantic drill. Yeah, exactly. Fuck that shit, right? Fuck that shit. That's straight to darkness right there. Romance. Fuck romance. If you can have that, I'm happy for you. I want you to have that. Write a story. Gonna do a movie. Make a movie. So I can watch it. I think people talk about that because they really wanna believe in that. And they think that we're supposed to have that. Well, maybe there are those of us that are satisfied being all by lonesome, and that's just fine. Maybe there are those of us that are no dependent. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I say codependent. A lot of people are codependent, but I'm a no dependent. I mean, a lot of people would have an issue with me saying that because, I'm driving a fucking Mini Cooper. You think I bought that shit? My parents helped me out, man. Because, I've just been a fuck up my whole life, dude. I've been a fuck up. Just I try to make the most of this shit, man. I'm not gonna deny parts of myself, I'll always be schizo or just have this whole thing. But I don't really want to just it's not a crutch, but it's it definitely is a different life, it's so annoying. You can't win with mental illness because it's you're just in another world and fuck this world anyway, motherfucker. Fuck this world. This world is so terrible. Why would you want to be part of it? And that's the thing. If you have kids, you have to raise them a part of this world. Unless, here's the thing, if I got pregnant, I would go to the fucking Amish community. And luckily there's an Amish community right up the street. And there's also a Mennonite community right up the other street. And that's really that's really literally in opposite directions. It's really cool. So I would have my pick on how traditional I want to be, but the thing is I'd have to be with a man, right? And obviously the one that got me pregnant. Why would that happen though? Would I get raped? I don't think I would get raped because I wouldn't be that dumb to just put myself around somebody. I don't drink anymore, so it doesn't make any sense. And no, I don't just think that all women that say that have put themselves in a bad position and they deserve that or any of that shit. But it's I wouldn't be hanging out with a man, for any reason. There's no reason why that would happen. So maybe that's wishful thinking on my part, but I got RBF out the ass, so they tend to be very intimidated by me. And if they're not at first, they're gonna be. Just the way I am, man. But yeah, what was I talking about? That second boyfriend, my second serious boyfriend, who was a lot older than me, tried to control me, tell me what to do. I'm gonna gonna chain smoke. I'm gonna chain smoke. I'm gonna chain smoke. He hated the fact that I smoked cigarettes. But I'm like, well, you knew that when you started dating me, right? So this is what I hate about people. They think they can change you. That's why I said, like, he was like a woman. Because women always try to change men. They need to stop doing that. Which is why I think everything is reversed. Because men want to make women not emotional basket cases. Women will always be a handful. Well, I took these emotions and I held them and I said, whatever. It's fine that I'm emotional. I just can't make it anybody's problem. But anyway, yeah. It's hard for me to be in a relationship. Cause I love you. But I don't want to do what you want me to. I'm too much my own person for you to contain in a little label. I don't think that I would be fine if I wasn't in some conventional relationship. We'll get into that. Okay, so next guy, Coleman. So Ryan Joel Coleman. 11 years older than me. So he was 34, and I think I was 24. Or 23. I don't know. I think. Yeah, he was a total piece of shit. But he was really hot, though. And he looked like Ryan Gosling. Another AA meeting. And he was also wearing an ankle bracelet, because I really know how to pick them, right? I think I've said that before, but I'll say it again, because it deserves one more time. But yeah, we just really, like, hit it off, like, immediately, and I think that's another thing. Like, when we met, it was, like, this instant attraction, and then it just, like, kept, like, being that kind of, it was very, like, unhealthy from the get-go, but because it seemed like it was so special in the beginning, like, once again, I should have known he was a narcissist, because he was always projecting, and he was also just, you know, an addict and a user. So, but he was so hot though. Like, I'm thinking about him now, I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, now, yeah, I was just really attracted to him. I feel like, yeah, that was, I don't know. I think it was also the time I was in, you know, like I said, like, whenever I did stuff that the sheep do, it always got me in trouble. So when I was, like, taking psychiatric drugs, when I went to college, when I was in public school, and when I fucking, went to, AA meetings, rehab, and all that shit, it's like, yeah, when you're surrounded with sheep, you end up making bad decisions, you know? I'm just gonna blame the sheep for everything. I'm gonna blame them for all my piss poor decisions, okay? But yeah. Well, the thing is, it's like, there are a lot of people that have, like, unchecked personality disorders, you know? And, you know, luckily I can check now. I'm really good at that. Kids can't tell. I know it's annoying, and I'm sorry, but it's my interest, but it's my passion, and I have that right to be passionate, baby. Because it's all about me, but it's also all about you and everybody else too. study those. Da, 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 da. Got a little too ahead of myself there. Study yourself. You can study the world. Study yourself. Study yourself. Study yourself. You can understand society you live within. And if it don't make you puke, you're not paying attention. Study yourself, study yourself, study yourself, study yourself, study the world, study society. Study yourself, study yourself, study the world, study society. And study your country, your race, your generation. Don't you feel quite displaced? That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay to be an alien. There's nothing wrong with being an alien. God will love you anyway. But this country won't love you. This country don't love you. This country ain't ever gonna love you no matter how much you wave that flag. And I never understood that, but I kinda sorta objectively understand that, but not personally. And I'm sorry for that, but at the same time I'm not sorry for that. I think you're a sheep. I think that you're a tool for all the wrong people, so it doesn't really do you much good, but I know it's part of you, and I don't expect it to go away, and I don't want to take it from you if you think it's important to you, but at the same time, I think you should know the truth, and that's what I'm here to do, and you don't have to like it, and I'm sure you're gone if you don't agree, so I expect to lose followers on Rumble more than YouTube, because, you know, they're all patriots over there. It's okay, I understand somewhat, like I said, objectively, but not personally, but universally, yes I do, yes I do. There's a lot of stuff that you can understand without being that way. You know, like I understand what people want to have children and families and a spouse to fuck, you know, I get it. But I don't want it. Sorry. I'm sorry. Why does everybody have to fit into a tiny little box for you to be happy? Why does everybody have to fit into a tiny little box in order for you to shut the fuck up? Why does everybody have to fit into a teeny tiny itsy bitsy box? Why does everybody gotta fit into a teeny tiny eeny miny itsy bitsy box? I went too far with that. It's okay. But yeah. Anyway, we were talking about something. Okay. Ryan, Joel, Coleman, total piece of shit, 7 months, broke up with me, just such a shitty person on so many levels. I think he was like a narcissist or something. Still look like Ryan Gosling, dude. Ryan Gosling, best sex of my life. Best sex of my life. Okay? But, like, he was a piece of shit. And, like, I still disassociated. It was still this thing where I was in another world, like, the majority of the time we were together. But 7 months. And then there was Joey. And he was, like, 8 years younger than me. But, like I said, like, it was weird that we were dating. Because he was, like, I was 26, he was 18. It was like right after he turned 18, that's when we started dating. It almost seemed like I was waiting for it, but I wasn't. We just fell in love. Like, he made me fall in love with him. I told him that I was going to push him away. That's exactly what I did. He didn't believe me, but, you know, like, we're cool. He's fucking awesome. He's a great person. He's an amazing person. But, yeah. That was the last serious relationship. That lasted 2 years. And then I tried to date Judson last year. Or not last year, a couple years ago, actually. A couple summers ago. And, you know, we had a good time. Like, we still talk. He's awesome. I still support him. He still supports me. Like, we really support each other creatively and on a personal level. We still have a major connection. But, yeah, if I could make babies with anybody, it would probably be him. But the thing is, though, that's not going to happen. Neither of us want that shit. And we had to come to terms with that. And, yeah, I broke up with him, but it wasn't really a serious relationship anyway. That's why it wasn't. I mean, I cried about it. Look, I want to cry about everything, right? But yeah, I think 4 relationships, maybe 5 fails. All fails, all because of me. So yeah, that's why I don't do it anymore. And I really do love being alone. It's weird. Like the lonely elements of it are fine. You know, you're gonna experience that no matter what anyway. So, you know, I am all alone. Get it? There's a lot of us.